25-year-old Lauchlan Pritchard was a loose cannon. The guy was a madman. He went on a one-man mission to at the very least harm strangers in a string of random incidences, or at the very worst to try and kill them by using a metal canister. Police say that the madman had approached two strangers whom have never met Lachlan before or ever spoken to him in Lower Stone Street. At the time of the incident, Lachlan had already armed himself with a heavy metal canister. In the early hours of the morning on the 19th of March of 2024, immediately Lachlan had laid into his two victims. Striking the two men at the side of their heads once, twice, 3 times, repeatedly. The victims were knocked sideways as they staggered. Dazed and confused, the men tried to run away from Lachlan Pritchard, but one of the men actually fell to the ground after their legs turned to jelly. His head then made contact with the pavement and it made a whacking sound. Lachlan set upon his prey and then struck the victim while he was still on the ground until he was knocked unconscious. Now, when Lachlan Pritchard was content with the fact that he had caused enough damage, the Cheltenham man then left the scene. He then approached the pizza delivery driver. Lachlan stood in the middle of the road, forcing the driver to come to a stop. Before the delivery driver could understand what was happening, Lachlan had already entered the passenger side of the car and then sat down in the passenger seat before closing the door. Lachlan then ordered the pizza delivery driver to take him to an address in Courtney Road, Maidstone. Lachlan took the man's money and then struck the third victim in the face. Now Lachlan then swung the metal canister in the confined space, forcing the victim to exit his own car. Lachlan then took the car and then drove away. Police found the car in a ditch on the A229 Linton Hill, and as for the canister used in the 3 incidences, it was found discarded, tainted with red. Now Lachlan Pritchard was arrested on June 6th after police forced the van to stop on the M20. Police were already looking for Lachlan at the time of the stop. However, Lachlan pretended that he was not him and he gave a false name despite having no proof of identification. At Maidstone Crown Court, Lachlan pled guilty to GBH with intent, ABH, aggravated vehicle taking and possession of the item being a heavy canister. He was jailed for 6 years and 4 months and was also disqualified from driving for 5 years. Lachlan Pritchard has had multiple run-ins with the law, so does the crime match the sentence? Let me know. Stay safe.